People write really quick scenes, we've still got a lot of time to do more scenes that develop from here on in. Yeah?
Tony, who's Luther at work? Sorry, Tony.
Luther!
Yeah? So his scene is as a main scene.
Yeah, we established the journalist at work. So let's just say that, you know, because I know the way that sometimes we improvise stuff, we tend to do longer scenes than short scenes.
Sorry, Tony, one more question.
Oh, go.
Luther at work, is it just you on your own, or you at work with other people that work with?
So there was an improvisation that we did on Friday night with Trevor.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Potentially playing his boss.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's the work scene.
Okay.
And Tony, in terms of the scenes, the additional scenes which we may create, will all the scenes be before the encounters, or will we do the encounters? And then go back and do?
No, they all have to be scenes that before the monologue, the encounters, because after the encounters, we have the meeting.
I see that.
And then after the meeting, the group is staying or the group is going, and then we have to conclude the remaining drama. So this chunk is so crucial to set things up and get all of the conflicts and the problems out in the drama. And then the remaining chunk has got to conclude them in some shape or form.
So we build drama in all the scenes at the same time, like one after the other. Then we have the monologues, which is the hidden story, and then they go away and they consider what it is that they've gathered from the scenes and the monologues in the meeting.
Yeah, they get to decide upon what they think the outcome of this.
The reason I was
asking,
the reason why I was asking if there were any scenes that come after the monologues was that, like, the first set of scenes they think they know something about, so they hear the monologues, and then just when they think they've got it all in their head, another set of scenes with some additional information which they didn't know could come in and twist it for them. Was why I was asking.
No, it's not going to work that way. That's the structure there. Okay. Yeah. So these main opening scenes, I think, depending on how much the timing goes. Let's say we've got half an hour, and that's what I think that's about a minute, 2 minutes max. That's a good 5 minutes for a nice chunky scene. Good 5 minutes. You know, again, that's a minute or two. That's another 5 minutes of a nice one there, and that's a minute or two. Then you've got like 10 minutes that we could do additional scenes in. And those additional scenes that we're going to put in here need to come from here, any one of these. But we've got to make those decisions on what are those other extra scenes. Because if we've got to fill half an hour, if that's what half an hour is, it might be longer, it might be shorter, I don't know. But we know that the whole show is 2 hours with a 15-minute break. We know that the debate meeting is a good half an hour. A good half an hour, real time, people getting into the real nitty-gritty issues. We know when they meet all the monologues in the encounter to go around and meet everybody, that's a good minimum of a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. Because you want enough time for people to, you know, get into it, go around and meet everybody by the end. So, you know, 2 hours isn't a lot of time.
I think a good scene to put in there would be a mentoring session between Zico and Justice. Just like a talk about Justice talking to Zico about his life, right? And in terms of how he's been able to do something and encouraging Zico to do exactly the same.
I don't know. I think what will be a lot clearer if we can run all of this one time, and people will know what needs to happen next, kind of thing, right, because of the energy that's generated from all of this. And because we haven't had the opportunity yet, I don't think we'll have it tomorrow. Maybe we'll have it tomorrow. Will we? I don't know. Hope. Until we get to that, where we can run these whole scenes one after the other with everybody present, to know what now feels like the next thing to do, what feels the right thing to see because of what's come up here.
Yeah.
Comments, questions?
Yeah, Tony, you brought it out, get all of that, that is powerful, that's going to be strong. is it too early for me to say what's the end going to look like? So we have the concluding scenes.
Good question. So what the
ending do we want to leave?
Right. So we go from here into the meeting. Into the monologues, then the meeting. At the meeting, generally speaking, the group of residents, audience are going to vote. The Brotherhood should stay, and if they do decide that, we have already rehearsed a number of concluding scenes that go against that decision that the audience have made. So we've kind of practiced and rehearsed version A. Yeah? We know that the first scene should be this, and then we'll roll out the rest of the 3 or 4, 5, 6 scenes that really go us down that road of the group are staying on the estate, and this is how the play is going to end with that conclusion. We've also worked out that if the group have to leave, we've worked out these scenes roughly. So we've got a rough idea of what we need to say and cover and include by the end. Because don't forget, everything that we've set up has to be tied and concluded. Whether you're still together or not together, that's conclusion. Whether people come, you watch it every day in the film, people come together by the end of the film, or they split by the end of the film. That's what's got to happen. So to answer your question, there are 2 narratives that we're going to have as a backup that we would have rehearsed and gone, okay, it looks like people have voted for the Brotherhood to leave, so it's version A. And then we can say, oh, but can we take the one that we were doing on version B into that version A? We can play around with all of those kind of things, but we want the audience to kind of go, yeah, they should leave, they should stay, and then we play out a series of scenes that make them go, shit, I think we've made the wrong decision. That's kind of where we want to get to. So the ending scenes really play out all of the drama that needs to be unfolded and concluded, but also makes the audience look like or sound like or feel like, oh shit, we did the wrong thing, because look what's happened now, the youth club's been burnt down. I didn't expect, we didn't, you know what I mean? And what's the name died or whatever. That's what you want them to kind of feel. Because they didn't plan that.
Right.
But we've engineered it that it goes down that road, or at least something towards some tragedy that makes them go, oh fuck, what have we done?
Wow. So you're really leaving them with a ending. Wow.
Any questions, comments before we wrap up?
Somebody have to die.
He says with a bottle of rum in his hand.
Any questions, comments, or anything? If not, let's do a checkout.